for Hampton Club. This is Susanne with another 45-minute Pilates class. You will need a band and the block, as you can see over there. So a stretch band would be best, and the block or some books. If you haven't got a stretch band, a belt could do, a towel can do, so anything like that would be great. Excellent. So let's start. Let's stand up and start with the warm-up. Just check that you can see me. I think that should be fine. Place your feet on the floor. Your feet are parallel, and then stack your body over the top. So you want to feel that length that you're creating. You're going to place your hands on your hips. 4 fingers at the front, thumb at the back. You're going to pull your pelvic floor up. That's your genitals and your back passage. And then you draw the belly button in. On the exhale, you pull the 2 hip bones towards your rib cage. You'll feel how the tail tucks down, the back flattens. And on the inhale, you reverse. You've got your hands on your hips to track that movement. So you don't just feel the movement, but you feel it through the fingers as well. So you can really find those 2 hip bones tilting towards you. You want to breathe out on the contraction, and you want to breathe in as you slowly relax the hip back to the front again. What you don't want to do is arch your lower back. So you can come back to neutral where the hips are facing forward, and then you need to stop there. So make sure that you're not going so far forward that you feel increased pressure into your lower back. So nice and gently, I'm after the tucking in and lifting the hip bones rather than dropping the hip bones down to the floor. Good, you've got 2 more. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Breathe out. And breathe in. Good. Now place your hips so that they're facing forward. We're now going to just march very slowly. So lift 1 foot up and bring it back down again. And then over to the other side. Good. And keep going. Make sure that you're in a safe space to do these balancing exercises. And I want you to feel how you're pulling the leg up from the front of your hips. So if you're feeling an activation from your hip flexors, these muscles here, then that's just what I want you to feel. Good. Do a few more. And you want to hold it in that balance. So you don't want to swap quickly, and you want to try to pull the knees above the hips. You got 2 more. March. Bring it down. The last one. March. And bring it down. Good. We're now going to pull the shoulders up to the ears and set them down. We're going to bring the chin to the chest, and we're rolling it down. If you've got osteoporosis, you're better off coming forward with a straight back. Inhale at the bottom and exhale to roll it back up again. See if you can spread your toes on the floor a little bit, and then lift your breastbone up as you lean back. Let's go again. Chin to chest, roll it down. Bone by bone, feel the back line open up. So feel the stretch in your calves and in your hamstrings, the back of your thighs. Come back up again. Lift those arms up and extend. One more time. Roll it down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to come back up again. Lift those arms up one more time. Extend to the back. Good. And then place your arms to your side. If you're struggling with balance, you will have to hold on to something. So we're now going to circle those legs. So feel free to hold on to a chair or to a cupboard. Anything you need. So what I'm after here is a really strong hip circle. Change direction. Go the other way. Swing it out and round. Make sure you don't hold your breath. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Place the foot down. Roll it back down again for me. See if you can bring it a little bit lower down now, just a touch. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to come back up again. Roll it up and extend. Pull the arms to the sides, swap over to the other leg. And again, we're doing really big hip circles. Stay safe. So if you're feeling wobbly tonight, hold on to something. Change the direction, go the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. You got one more roll down. See if you can bring this even lower down. To the top. And those arms up. And extend. Wonderful. We're now going to widen our feet. So the feet are outwardly rotated and they're about as wide as your shoulders are slightly wider. Engage your bum cheeks and your inner thighs. Sit back into a squat. Keep your knees over your feet and come back up again. So if you find that they're too wide, your knees are hurting, for example, then make them a little bit narrower. Good. You want to keep your tail underneath your shoulders when you come down low. So if you're very good at squatting, make sure that you're not leaning too far forward. Your bum is always lower than your shoulders. On the way up, try to feel your bum cheeks, your inner thighs. Take it down. Bench that bum as you come up. Good. 2 more times. Last one. Now hold it about halfway down. Lift one heel up. Bring it down. Lift the other heel up. Bring it down. Do it again, but this time hold it for 1 and 2. Bring the heel down. Change to the other side. 1 and 2. Bring it down. Now keep going with 1 and 2 or lift them both up. Breathe and hold. So an easier option is to 1 at a time. Count to 2. Place the heel down. Swap it over again. If you can, bring that lower down. Keep those knees over your big toes. Keep breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up and set your heels down. Shake out those legs for me. I'm going to stand sideways. You don't have to stand sideways. We're going to step forward into a hip flexor stretch. So stretching the front of our thighs. You're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. And I'm stepping forward with my right foot. And then I'm lifting my arms up overhead. The back heel, so the left heel is lifted and I'm pushing my hips forward. I'm clenching my left bum cheek. Look straight at the horizon. Hold on to something if you need to. Now, if you can increase the stretch, look up to the ceiling and lean back a little bit with your upper body. And you should feel a lovely stretch in that hip flexor. Good. Bring the arms down and without dragging your feet, step back. Step forward with the other foot. Peel the back heel up. Lift your arms up. So first step is looking straight ahead, tucking the tail in, clenching the right bum cheek. Making it a little bit deeper, looking up to the ceiling, leaning back with the upper body. Keep clenching the bottom, please. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. And step back without dragging your feet. Step forward again with the other side. But this time, we're going to go a little bit lower. So lift the arms up to the ceiling and then bend your knees a little bit. Stay there. Tuck your tail in and lean back. If you don't want to bend your knees, don't do it. Keep it a little bit higher up. Hold the stretch. Really work your thighs in this position. Now bring the arms forward. We're not stepping back again. We're now going to pull the back leg forward. So lift it forward and up. You're now going to tap the big toe behind you and lift it back up again. That's your level 1. Very happy for you to do this, but if you can, bend the standing leg, tap, and lift back up again. Bend the standing leg, tap, and lift it up. I haven't got quite enough space here, so I have to avoid my cupboard. So the hands are just floating forward. Bend and lift. And I'm not really putting any pressure onto the leg that's reaching backwards. I'm just kissing the floor with my big toe. Little tap on the floor and lift. One more time. Tap and lift. And then relax. Good job. I need to start a little bit further back. So feet are nice and wide. Step forward with your left leg and sink down lower. So you're nice and low in those knees. You're going to lift up, tuck your tail in, hold it here. Stretch out the front of your hips again. Then bring the arms forward and step up to pull the knee to the chest. Level 1, shift your weight backwards, standing knees straight. Tap your big toe on the floor, lift it back up again. Level 2 is you bend the leg you're standing on, tap at the back and lift it up. So depending how strong you are, you will be able to bend and straighten the front leg more or less. Also depends on your balance. 4 more. And 3, make sure you breathe. And 2. You've got 1 more. And 1. Lift up and place your feet parallel. Well done. Good, we're now going to stretch out the outside of our bodies. So level 1, stand fairly solid, so your feet are about shoulder width apart. Lift the arm up and stretch the arm up to the ceiling as your body bends over. Good. If you can do more, so I can feel this predominantly here. If you can do more, you're going to step with your right foot, you're going to step behind your left foot so that your feet are nice and wide. Front leg bends, back leg does not. So your left leg is slightly bent. And now you push over to the side and it goes just a little bit deeper into that stretch. Make sure you're breathing. And lengthen up to the ceiling. So I don't want you to collapse over to the side. I want you to reach up to find length. And pull it back. To the other side, shoulder width apart. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. And again, with length, pull the whole of your upper body over to the side. So feel it right there. If you can do more, cross your left leg behind your right one. Right leg is slightly bent. And now you lean into it to deepen the stretch. So it just goes a little bit further down your thigh here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come parallel. Good, good. I'm going to use my block. It's quite light. So if you haven't got a block, you can use nothing at all, or you can use a shoe or anything that you can find that is a fairly lightweight. You're going to bring your item in front of you. Stand wide so you're nice and solid. And then you just simply lift the arm up and you rotate to the back. Your hip reacts to it. Your eye line reacts to it. And you're just relaxing those shoulders. Just relax. Breathe out as you give me a really big circle motion. So make sure that you turn your chest, your hips, your eye line. Everything is turning. You're reaching up and around. One more time, up and around. And now you simply go the other way. So reach back and up. Back and up. All this stuff is warm-up rotation. And of course, it's warming up your shoulders. 2 more times. The last one. Good job. And relax. We're ready for the floor. So you're going to go down, step to the end of your mat, roll it down for me, and start with your cat-cows. I just need a couple of seconds to get everything ready. So the cat-cows is the one where you're on all fours. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and you're going up and down, bending and lengthening your spine. Make sure that you're not making any tension in your back worse. You're moving in and out of these positions with control. And you're not forcing anything, particularly when you come into the cow. You want to find length all the way into your chin. So if you lift your jaw up, you get even a stretch into that throat. You've got a couple more. Good. And now from here, we're going to bring our knees a little bit further backwards. We're going to take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to pull the 2 hip bones towards our rib cage. We're going to draw the belly button in. And we're going to just come forward into a plank. have a look at my back. So what I don't want to see is you sticking your bum out like that. So I really need you to tuck your tail in. If you can do more, you're going to curl your toes under and you're going to lift off your knees. If your wrists are hurting, you come back down onto your knees, you find your elbows, and you do the same exercise on your elbows. It's easier for your wrists, but it's a harder position. Okay, we're going to hold it here for a few seconds. You're going to get a little hot, but that's all right. You can get hot, I don't mind. Nice deep breaths. In through the nose, out through pursed lips. Make sure you're not picking up tension in the lower back. So if the lower back starts to hurt, you need to have a rest. Really draw the two hip bones towards you. Keep breathing. I just dropped onto my knees because I could feel my lower back picking up tension. I'm still pulling the two hip bones towards my rib cage, still lifting the back of my head up. You've got 4 more. 3, 2. Gently sink onto your knees if you're still on your toes, and then sit back into a child's pose. As far back as your knees are happy to go. Sink into your heels. Fabulous. And from here, we're turning onto our backs. As always, we're starting off with a pelvic tilt. So our feet are comfortable on the floor, hip width apart, not too far away from the bum, not too close to the bum either. Good. And then feel how the root, so if you look at your foot, it's not the toe, the long toe itself, but here, the ball of your foot, right underneath the big toe, right underneath the little toe, that length there. So from little toe to big toe, that needs to press down together with your heel. So feel that downward pressure into the floor from the ball of your foot into your heel. And then start your pelvic tilt using your feet. Try to relax your bum. Instead, really focus on pressing the ball of your feet into the ground. Breathe out on the tilt. Breathe into reverse. So on the exhale, you should feel how the lower back touches the floor very gently. And on the inhale, you should feel how that curve in the lower back reappears. You need to try to use the correct muscles. So the bum is relaxed. The pelvic floor, your genitals and your back passage, they lift in and up. Belly button pulls downwards. The two hip bones pull towards the rib cage. And the rib cage pulls towards the hips as well. So it's like a feeling of hardening your tummy or preparing for impact. You need to breathe out on that contraction. Do it again. Last one. And then we come into neutral. So you've got that little gap underneath your lower back. We're now going to engage the core, even though the back is neutral. And then we're going to lift one leg up into tabletop. So the knee is above the hip. We're going to take the hand on the same side. So in my case, it's my right leg and my right hand. And I'm going to place the palm of my right hand onto my thigh. The left foot is on the floor at the moment. I'm now going to imprint my lower back and I'm going to push my hand into my thigh. So I'm pushing the thigh away with my arm and I'm pulling the thigh towards me with the strength of my leg. Good. And I really want to keep the two hip bones tilted towards the floor. So in this position, you should feel that your core is engaged. Keep breathing, please. So really important is that you can stay engaged in a position whilst you're breathing. So that's what we're practicing here. So you should really feel your stomach muscles working. If you think it's too easy, press a little bit harder into your thigh. Good. Keep the two hip bones pulled towards you. Lower back is on the floor. You inhale through the nose. You exhale through pursed lips. Feel the resistance. Good, now listen, if you feel that this is too easy for you, what you can do is lift the other leg, the left leg, into tabletop as well, and work here. Now I leave this up to you. I'm going to bring my left leg back down again because I've been struggling with back issues lately. So I'm going to keep my foot on the floor, but you can lift that into tabletop. I'm happy for you to do that, but there shouldn't be any gapping underneath your lower back. Keep pulling everything in and be precise with where you place your hips. So they need to be directly over the top of your hips. Keep breathing. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then relax. Good, well done. We're going to go into a couple of bridges and then we're going to work on the other side. So you're going to tilt your hips towards you, press the ball of your foot down, push the heel down, and then you come all the way to the top. Your pubic bone, your genitals, should always be the highest point here. Extend the knees away, and then exhale to bring it back down again. And really try to feel all of your vertebrae making contact with the floor. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale to go again. Heel it away from the mat. All the way to the top, extend, pull the chin forward so you've got a really nice long neck. Feel the front of your hips open up, pubic bone is the highest point, and then bring it back down again. 2 more times, please. Tilt and lift. Clench your bum cheeks. All the way to the top, really feel how the bum is wrapping itself around your hips. Clench. And exhale to bring it back down again. Good job. You've got 1 more, and then we're going to do the core engagement practice on the other side. Tilt and lift. All the way to the top. Extend. And bring it back down again. Okay. Come into neutral. So there's a gap underneath your lower back. Pull the pelvic floor up, draw the belly button in, and lift your left leg over the top of your hip. And take your left hand, place it onto your thumb. Good. You're now going to pull the 2 hip bones towards you so you're flat on the floor. You're going to pull the rib cage down, and you're going to start to apply pressure into your left thigh. Good. And then hold it there. Feel the engagement, and you need to learn to breathe whilst you're holding this. So whilst you're holding the 2 hip bones pulled towards you and the ribs down, the belly button in and the pelvic floor up, you're breathing over the top. If you think you can do more, you lift your right leg into tabletop, but make sure they're exactly aligned. And of course, you can press a little bit harder into that thigh to make it a little bit more challenging. Make sure the neck is long, the shoulders are pulling back and down. And make sure there's no lightness underneath your lower back. So there's absolutely no air underneath your back. Keep breathing, please. Make sure you don't hold your breath. In through the nose, out through past lips. Don't let go of the pelvic floor. So keep pulling up your back passage. Keep sucking in your genitals. 4 more breaths. 3. No air under the back. Don't forget, if you find air, you need to place your leg, the other leg, back down. 2. And 1. And relax. Good job. Excellent. Grab your band. So this next exercise only works if you've got a stretch band. If you only have a belt or a towel, then just do the exercise without any. Drape the band over your hips. And then take the palm of your hand and place the palm of your hand on top of the band. You're then going to imprint your lower back so it's flat on the floor. Yes, and then you're going to press the hip bones into the band and lift your bum up. And then bring it back down again. So for this exercise, we don't roll on our spine. So we don't go up and down bone by bone. We're lifting and lowering our spine off in a straight spine. So it's a slightly different technique. Slightly faster than the precision bridge. And really what you're working on here is training, strengthening your bum cheeks, your hamstrings, your calves, your core. And if you keep your arms on the floor, your hands on the floor, You're going to do the back of your arms as well. Push up and bring it down. This can be done without the band. Push and bring it down. We're going to do 2 more up and down. Level 1 is you keeping it going up and down. Level 2, we're now going to hold it at the top. Hold it. Really pull the 2 hip bones towards you. Keep breathing. Keep pushing the shoulders down. You should feel like hard work in the arms by now. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Good job. Loose the band. Pull the knees to the chest. Open up the lower back. You can rock if you wish. Okay, so we're going to do abdominal flexion. If you've got osteoporosis, you need to go back into your pelvic tilts. If you haven't got osteoporosis, you're going to interlace your hands behind your head. Not just osteoporosis, but neck issues, bulging discs, anything like that. Keep the head on the floor and give me pelvic tilts. Everybody else, imprint your lower back, pull up the pelvic floor, and then lift your head and shoulders up. So you really want to lift the head up with the strength of your arms and shoulders, and then you want to pull forward from the rib cage. So the rib cage pulls towards your genitals, and then bring that back down again. Bring it up, breathe out, and back down. And ideally, you lift your whole shoulders up. So all of your shoulder blade lifts off, not just the head. So you're just pulling that rib cage forward and back down. 2 more times. Last one. We're going to hold the head in this position. If you're not lifting your head up, you're now going to imprint your lower back. We're all going to lift one leg up into tabletop and then the second leg. Fantastic. So if your head on the floor, you're imprinted. We're going to pull one knee to the chest as we extend the other leg. Breathe out. Keep holding on to the head for an easier option. But if you can, you're now going to let go of the head, keep the height, and tap. The long arm on the side is by your ankle, the shorter arm by your knee. And keep breathing. Make it look elegant, so lengthen those toes. There is no wiggling. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull both knees in. One hand behind your head. Place your head back down again. Bring your feet down, bring the arms out, and start your twists. So you've got stacked feet, and you're feeling a stretch in your lower back. And if you press your shoulder down and lengthen your fingertips away, you should feel a stretch in the chest and down your arm as well. You've got to pull the 2 hip bones a little bit towards you, so there needs to be a gentle core engagement so that the lower back is not on its own. Otherwise, it can bend deeply into the movement, and that will be painful. Keep moving. Couple more. Last one. And then we're going to finish off on our back with hip circles. So we're going to grab our bands. If you've got a band that is elastic, I would like the elbows on the floor. If you've got a band that hasn't got any elasticity, you're going to have the hands or the elbows floating. But if you've got one that you can pull on, hold the elbows down. Good. Both hands are busy here, so don't hold the band just with one arm. Use both hands. Good. You're now going to really lengthen your knee, and then you're going to tap the heel onto the floor and lift it up into a gentle stretch. Go again. Tap the heel down. Lift it up into a gentle stretch. Pull the big toe towards you. Take it down and lift it up. Good. We're now going to hold it in this position. Without bending the knee, we're going to straighten the other leg. You're going to find that that makes the stretch a little bit deeper. We're now going to just do a little tiny circle from the heel. So imagine you've got a torch attached to the heel, and you're drawing a light circle on the ceiling. If this position is too much, you can take the band off and you can bend the knee to 90 degrees and draw the light circle with the kneecap. The leg needs to be close enough to you so that you feel going in and out of that stretch. So don't drop the leg too low down. Good. And now if you start to feel more confident, you're making this bigger and bigger and bigger. As big as you can go. Try not to hit any furniture whilst you're doing it. Opposite leg is gently pulling down into the floor. Elbows are pulling into the mat. Change direction. Go the other way, nice and big. Yeah. Use the elbow for stability. So pull the elbow into the ground. Feel the stretch. So you go in and out of that. Groin, inner thigh, outer thigh, hamstring stretch. 2 and a 1. Good. Hold the leg straight. Lengthen the arms. Bend the knee and then change legs from there. Place the leg that you've just stretched. Knee bent, foot on the ground. Heel of the long leg goes up to the ceiling. You're dropping it up and down. Notice if this leg is stiffer than the other leg, or whether the first leg was stiffer. It doesn't matter if it is. It's just always worth noticing these differences in your own body. Just gives you a profile of how you're doing, really. And it can also help you to protect certain body parts if you know that you're stiffer on one side or there is less mobility on one side. Just helps you understand how you tick. Good. Hold it here. Straight knee, heel up. Start with, oh, hang on. We still need to lengthen the opposite leg. Lengthen the opposite leg. Good. You don't have to if you don't want to. And you go round and round. This is definitely my stiffer leg. Start with small circles and then make it bigger and bigger and bigger. As your confidence grows, core is engaged. Breathe out as the leg pulls towards you. One more in this direction. Change to the other side. Go round and round the other way. Let's go. 4, 3, keep the knee straight. 2 and a 1. Hold it. Bend your knee and unstrap. Fantastic. Come on to your side. Lie sideways. Hand on hip. Make sure that the waist is lifted. So what I mean by that is the shoulders are stacked, the hips are stacked, and there is a gap underneath your waist and your hip bone. And then lift your feet up to coccyx height. The coccyx is your tailbone. Good. Engage your core. Good. And then give me clams in this position. So you simply lift the top knee up and you push your hips forward into it. You should feel the bum cheek engage. If you're struggling to feel the bum cheeks, if the outer thigh engages more than the bum, take a couple of fingers and push it into your bum cheek. Sometimes that helps the brain to make a connection in the right muscle group. But if you're feeling it in your bum, you don't need to poke yourself. Up and down. Good. Breathe out as you lift. And see if you can hold that lift as long as you've got breath. Don't worry if there is a little shiver going on. Make sure that waist is lifted, the rib cage is lifted. Back of your head, pull it back a little bit more. Look straight at the horizon. Good, you've got 3 more. 2 and 1. Close your knees, bring your feet down, extend the top leg. Flex your foot of the top leg. Good, we're now going to draw a semicircle, hip height forward and hip height behind us. So we're not tapping the floor. We're doing a semicircle like a rainbow. Half of the rainbow is in front of our body. The other half is behind us. Good, and again, we're trying to focus on keeping the posture in the upper back. So we're keeping from the hips up into the crown of the head. you're in superb posture here. So the back of the head is pulled back, the breastbone is lifted, the two hip bones are pulled towards your ribs. Keep moving. Of course, if you need a break, you have a break. See if you can feel when you lift this leg behind you how the front of your hip is opening up again. Keep going. Make sure you have breaks if need. 3, 2, and 1. And bend your knees. Fantastic. Turn onto all fours. Knees are a little bit wider than the hips. The hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You've got perfect spinal alignment. So there's a little bit of a curve in the lower back. Make sure the back doesn't droop forward. You're going to go into your thread the needles. So look over the shoulder, reach the hand away, and then you exhale to lift the arm up to the ceiling. Hand on the floor. Think about your posture again. Once you're happy with that, go again. Look over the shoulder. Feel the stretch in and around the rib cage, and then lift up. Really lengthen the breastbone forward and lifting the back of your head up. And you're holding each of these end positions until you're out of breath. So hold until you're out of breath, and then lift up again until you're out of breath. Change sides again. Make sure you check in with the posture first. Look over the shoulder. Lift up. Try to increase the range of your rotation. We're going to do one more on each side. Find correct posture. Last one. And lift up. Nice. Okay. Over to the other side. Lie back down again. Make sure that the shoulders are stacked, the hips are stacked. The heels are in line with your tailbone, and you're opening and closing, feeling your bum cheek working again. Again, use the same trick. 2 hands, dig it into your bum, right in the center of your bottom, if you're starting to feel the activation on the outer thigh. Another trick you can do is push the hips slightly into it, so slightly forward. Think about the length of your spine, the 2 hip bones pulling towards you. Oh, I can see some lovely gaps underneath the rib cage and waist. Keep that going. Try to hold it as long as you have breath. Two more. Last one. Close your knees, place your feet on the floor, extend the leg, flex your foot. Good. Lift the leg up, and you're drawing that rainbow again. We're not touching the floor. We're coming forward, and then you lift that leg behind you and feel how the front of your hip opens up without lifting the bottom leg. So there shouldn't be any rocking off that thigh at the front. Instead, feel how the front of your thigh opens up and you feel that stretch. Make sure you're connected to the core. So pull the 2 hip bones towards you, please. Don't lose your waist. Don't lose the waist. And give me the most elegant leg that you can get. Steal it from a ballerina and use it. Keep your foot flexed. You've got 4 more. 3. A break if you need to. 2. And 1. And relax. Good job. Right, come onto your knees. I'm going to be facing you. You don't have to. You can be sideways if you want. So we're going to start off with our band. So for this one, you don't need any flexibility in your band. Actually, it's better if there isn't any. So if you've got a long band, go so far as halving it, so you've got twice the strength. Good. Overhand grip. For the first exercise, hang on, and pop the screen up a little bit because you can't see me. For the first exercise, you can do this standing if your knees are hurting. I would like you to pull on the band. So pull on the band and feel how your shoulder blades pull away from the center of your spine. But I don't want you to focus on actually pulling. I just want you to tighten it and widen the shoulder blades. And only once you feel the width in your shoulder blades, do I want you to lift up. Overhead, show me the underside of your arms and bring it forward again. And really focus again on widening your shoulder blades. So we're working on correct movement of the shoulder blades. Widen the shoulder blades. Breathe out. And we're working on mobility here. And again, widen those shoulder blades. So don't pull too hard, but do pull hard enough so you can feel that space between the shoulder blades. Good. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull the heels back, come back up again, and find the stretch. Pull the bum back, come back up again, and pull the band back. Keep going with that. If just reduce the range of motion. If you're standing, just focus on your upper body. I can feel a stretch in my ankles as well. And again, take it down. Keep feeling those shoulder blades widening. 3. Keep pulling the band over the top of your head. 2. Engage the core so we're not sticking our bum back. And 1. Hold it here. Draw the belly button in. Just give me a very gentle side bend. Feel how you're working from the waist. So you're not changing from one knee to the other one. You keep the same amount of weight on both of your knees. Over to the side. Breathe out to lift. Good. If you're pain-free, you can, of course, bring this lower down. But think about length of your spine rather than depth. Work your obliques. 1 more on each side. Don't pull on the band too hard. Last one. Over. And back to the center. And bring the arms down. Shoulders need a little roll. Good. All right, that's it for today. Good job, everybody. I'm just going to log off the recording and then talk to the ones that are here in person. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you soon, hopefully.